stories for you this morning. We have the queen of sports, Tiger, the one and only. She's smiling and cruising very slowly, majestically, all the way to her microphone. I see her doing that work.
I'm sorry. I knew he couldn't wrap it up, so I had to laugh in there.
So, Shakma, the look on your face, was it the mic or the intro?
I didn't even notice the mic until then. It was definitely. I was just like, let's. See. I wish I had popcorn.
So this is how you used to toast. I said use your toasting voice.
Look at her. She's coming. She's walking to the mic. Tiger, the one, the only.
This feels like torture to me.
Wait. You said it feels like torture to you. Like
I said that, like every Monday that I have to do this, I think about it.
Wait.
God.
You don't think I'm special?
No, you are. You're really special. But I always
should be
think
easy
that it's
to
never
you.
enough. Shokpa looks at me like.
And there she is.
Did he just say he never thinks I
And you know what? There's some bread inside too. Oh, I see it now. The food, it looks so good. Tiger, there she is.
To make him feel better. That's how we run Nigerian commentary. But good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. Hope you enjoyed every single sport. It was fantastic. Was it the Lewis Hamilton recovery from 19th position after a punctured tire? Or was it City coming from 2 goals down to win the league? Let's talk about it in the locker room.
All right. So these are some of the stories for you this morning. Okay, Stephen Curry, Andrew Wiggins lift Warriors to 3-0 lead. Also, Verstappen wins Spanish GP, takes World Championship lead. Alcaraz in cruise control as Jabeur crashes. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola says champions are legends. Also, very happy Mbappe snubs Real to stay at PSG. Scudetto, a personal triumph for Pioli. And this one, perfect day for Conte as Spurs reach Champions Leagues and Barca finished with defeat by Villarreal and Granada goes down. You can be part of the show simply by sending in WhatsApp messages 0809-444-0981 and we're streaming live on YouTube. It's Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Remember Twitter. On Twitter, it's at Smooth 981 FM. Well, if you're on YouTube, you can catch live the experience here in the studio. You see Tega running around and just, well, Shakwa didn't catch that, but it's okay. Did you see that? No, you didn't.
Hold on.
No, Shakwa, you cannot press replay.
I'm going to.
Shakwa, we have to read the first story now. Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry.
Let's go.
Oh, I see that now. Okay, good to know. Moving on. Okay, so let's talk about the NBA, all right? Because the GSWs, the Golden State Warriors, are now just 1 win away from booking their spot in the NBA Finals after taking a commanding 3-0 series lead against the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes, huge one early hours of this morning. And in the words of Shaquille O'Neal, it's over. That's how we can say. But it was a huge one, especially thinking that game 2, Dallas Mavericks had led by 19 points. And then they ended up losing that game. So to get that kind of recovery, to come back to their own home court early hours of this morning to try and win was tough for them. And Golden State Warriors did not even give them any minutes to relax and settle down at home. As soon as the jump off was on, Golden State Warriors were all over Dallas Mavericks like white on rice. They took on everybody. Now, unfortunately for the Dallas Mavericks, they don't have enough players that can change the game like Golden State Warriors have. So if Steph Curry is having an off night, you can see Klay Thompson step up. You can see Jordan Poole have a pool party. You can see Andrew Wiggins do his church thing. Or Draymond Green even help defensively. In Dallas Mavericks, it's only, unfortunately, Luka Doncic. On a good day, Luka Doncic. Bad day, Luka Doncic. Any day, Luka Doncic. And that's where the problem was. Because
whilst I seriously, severely, maybe a little bit obsessively appreciate Luka Doncic, he cannot be all things to all men.
Yeah, he cannot at all times, unfortunately. And so on the day, they managed, Dallas Mavericks did manage to keep up with Golden State Warriors in the first quarter and the second quarter. But towards the end of the second quarter, towards the start of the third quarter, something changed in Golden State Warriors. They started defending aggressively. And that's where it all changed for Dallas Mavericks, because the minute stopped all the other players. It was only Luka Doncic that was trying to make stuff happen. Now, because Luka Doncic noticed that his guys were not making the buckets, he now took it upon himself to try and play the game. In that case, he now isolated the rest of the team. He wasn't passing the ball when he should have passed, and that led him to running down the clock a little too close to the time. And then when he eventually passed the ball, they'd miss the bucket, or he will not take the shot and then score. But yes, he scored 40 points on the night, but 40 points from Luka Doncic alone is not enough to beat a Golden State Warriors, where Steph Curry is on 31 points, Klay Thompson is on 20 points. You're looking at Andrew Wiggins on 27 points. These guys your starters are all in double figures. And then Dallas Mavericks has Luka Doncic in 40 points. Congratulations to you. So it was always going to be a tough game. And especially again, the difference also for that Golden State Warriors was also the rebounds, the offensive rebounds. When Dallas Mavericks missed their buckets, they missed their buckets. When Golden State Warriors missed their bucket, they got 14 offensive rebounds. And there was one particular shot that really upset me, because this guy's at the free throw line. He misses his shot, gets the rebound, passes the ball out to Klay Thompson. He knocks down a three. If you're the Dallas Mavericks fan, you're just like, why didn't I just let him get the free throw? I think that's just 1 point. So it's a lot of stuff to be thinking about when these guys are knocking threes from second shots. So yes, they're 3-0 down in the series. I haven't seen a team do that. I don't think these Dallas Mavericks have the wherewithal to come back from 3-0 down in this series and win. So yes, it's over. The question is it over in 4 or is it over in 5? That's the only question. On the Miami Heat side, though, Miami Heat played a big game on Saturday, early hours of Saturday morning. They took that win. They're now leading the series by 2-1. They started the game. So, you know how, if you watch London Has Fallen, you know how the bad guy says, when you want to revenge, make sure it's absolute and confounding. That's exactly how Miami Heat started this revenge. They got on court. They led by as much as 26 points from jump off. Wow. They didn't let. First quarter, it was 22-7. The Celtics are just like, what's happening? I'm telling you, Celtics like, what's happening here? But the Celtics came back from that 26-point deficit and closed the gap down to 1 point in the fourth quarter. Then they lost the game by 6. Because the Miami Heat are like,
stop taking us on this roller coaster.
Miami Heat are like, you won us at home, we must win you back at home. So yes, Miami now have the home court advantage back in their favor. So it's in the Eastern Conference, it's a really tough one. In the Western Conference, it's a walkover.
All right, and we'll take it over now to some, what I call this one now. World champion Max Verstappen overcame a sequence of problems on Sunday to lead his Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez home and, claim the lead in this year's title race on an afternoon of anguish for Charles Leclerc and Ferrari at the, scorching Spanish Grand Prix.
All right. So when the Spanish Grand Prix started, everything looked great for Charles Leclerc. He was up in pole and he was leading. Max Verstappen had driven off into the gravel and went from second all the way to fourth, and he was right behind George Russell, who wasn't letting him pass. So Charles Leclerc looked good, and everything was going fine, leading comfortably. He was certain to win the Grand Prix. Then power went off in his car. He lost power and had to retire his car. So you can imagine losing from a winning point. He now had to retire his car, which now left the door open for Red Bull to take over. Because yes, they had the faster car than Mercedes, even if Mercedes had improved. So George Russell was literally a sitting duck for Perez and Verstappen. And they both overtook him. Then Perez was told to allow Max Verstappen to overtake him. Perez was like, it's not fair. But okay. I was like, dude, didn't you read the fine print in your contract? You are the second driver here. Your job is to make Verstappen's life better. You will move over. And yes, he did. He was like, so I remember he was talking in the pen with the media, and he was saying it was a good win for the team, but yes, we'll have to talk later. I was like, Oga, if you talk anyhow, they'll cancel your contract.
So all that bad blood that people seem to be throwing with regards to second children.
That's exactly. This is why. He was just like,
this is the injustice.
You understand? He was
like, I have to eat it? No.
It's unfair. But okay, I like before. Okay, cool. But yeah, it was a tough one for him. He was going to win his first Grand Prix in Spain. Unfortunately for him, he had to play the team game, and Max Verstappen won it. But Max Verstappen also deserved all the good luck he was going to have, because his car was giving him problems from qualifying, from practice all the way to qualifying. And then during the race, he didn't have any DRS. His DRS wasn't working in the places where he could easily overtake George Russell. So any good luck he could get was great. But for Lewis Hamilton and George Russell again finishing on the podium ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who finished in fifth. But Lewis Hamilton on the first lap gets a tire puncture. He was 34 seconds behind the 18th position driver. And then he drove from there all the way to fifth. So he won driver of the day. Congratulations to him. But the big news is Max Verstappen is now leading the championship.
That's great.
I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, let's take it into tennis. And Carlos Alcaraz lived up to the mounting hype with a winning start at the French Open on Sunday. But our African trailblazer, if you like, call her Arab, African trailblazer,
Yes.
Ons Jabeur, fell at the first hurdle in what was quite a shocking turn of events.
Even Magdalena that beat her was in shock. She was like, I just beat Ons Jabeur. Oh my goodness.
I couldn't believe it.
I mean, Ons Jabeur won, she won in Madrid. She played the final in Italian Open. She is good on clay. So it wasn't a question of if she was going to make it to second week. It was, who was she going to lose to in second week? My dear, first hurdle.
She was like, I see what you're saying, and I'm going to do you one better. Who will I lose to right now?
Right now, it was shocking to everybody, including the person that defeated Ons Jabeur. Really tough day for her, but hey, that's what happens in the WTA. I've told you, it's wild, wild west. Nobody cares about your resume. They will get on court and they will beat you with all your Grand Slams and all your titles and all the form you have. They will beat you. One random person. That's the thing about WTA. To be a random person, she may lose in the very next match.
But she's taking you out.
But she's taking you out. So yes, we've lost Ons Jabeur. But yesterday, Coco Gauff, after celebrating her graduation from high school, won her own match, coming from 2 breaks down to win the second set. Sloane Stevens had a slow start. She lost the first set, but she came back into this. But for the men's tournament, though, Alcaraz, the guy everybody's looking at, with the Nadal jumps and the Novak Djokovic methodology, he was safely through to the next round. But today is the day we get to see Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic play. I think we kind of have an idea of the form Novak Djokovic is in, but Rafa Nadal, we want to see if his foot injury is going to hold up. So that's what we're waiting to see.
Rafa, vamonos. We do it. I don't care what you guys say.
All right, let's look through some of the messages on WhatsApp. There are some of the messages there. Let's just take some of them right before we go on that break.
All right.
Okay. So real quick. So we've got someone in listening from South Africa. Andila Similane? No, I'm very sure I got that wrong. Please tell us how to pronounce it. And Bosun from Surulere says, what would have happened if you refused to allow him to win?
Wege. I would like to be a fly on the wall. But if he refused to let him pass, when they go to the meeting, they will read him the Riot Act. They will read, because the truth of the matter is they want their drivers to win the drivers' championship as much as they also want to win the constructors' championship. So yes, both points will still go to Red Bull, but they want their driver to be the winner. And if he didn't let him pass, and then somehow Charles Leclerc comes back with a better car and wins next race, there'd be problem for Sergio Perez. That contract may not be continued.
All right. So we'll come back to the messages, but let's take a break now.
You people don't know what's up.
Okay, tell me from first start.
A whole lot, because everyone would stop surprising me. My hubby does the dishes and prepare the kids for school before I wake.
And Max doing the most work on the car. So far, he has won every race he has finished this season. By the way, are we witnessing the transition of Lewis to driver number 2 before our very eyes? Still a fabulous recovery drive from 19th to 5th.
Oh yes, now they've been prioritizing
Check
George
Chico,
Russell in this season.
I'm really annoyed.
Again, Arsenal disappoints when
I
you
do
don't get the
understand.
most, and I have a whole year
But
to
you
be
see,
explaining to my
they
family.
cannot, as much as they want to do what you're the one spoiling your legendary status, the legendary status of your driver, but he'll be all right.
Congrats to Manchester City for winning the
Anyway,
league.
I'll just make him. Congratulations to my club, Man City.
We are going to get to that. I think we'll open the phone lines for. Let's finish with
Liverpool didn't realize when they say you never walk alone, it means you are going to share victory with others. Wow.
and Liverpool. They looked good for it at some point when Aston Villa were leading by 2-0. They're just like if Liverpool just scores one goal now because they look likely to score a goal than Man City at the time. Then Man City scored 3 goals in 6 minutes. Like the
You see the way the fans were taunting me.
it was the way they scored the third goal. The succession, the third and second goal wasn't so far apart. It was like they kicked off from conceding the second goal and they conceded the third. It was just horrible. Even if you were neutral at that point in time, you had to lose your cool. You're like, what kind of drama is this
Oh
script
wow.
written?
Okay, no, you've already read. Okay, this thing is not.
It's not refreshing. Maybe you have to.
City close it and come back in, but I don't want to do that.
No,
Oh,
no,
I've done
don't. Hey, you have pressed for it.
Okay. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, Amaka. The final games of yesterday showed why the EPL is the best league in the world, minus the officials. Okay.
The drama was too much. But it's still a farmers league because Man City has won it again. Even in the French League on, people they beat PSG. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. PSG didn't win the season
Ah,
last
Amaka.
league
So we
Okay.
last
start
season.
from down up now, from Jibril.
I will start from Amaka.
Last. Now everybody go chop breakfast.
From this Jibril that we will meet in the middle.
Not that I know that song. You have finished.
Maka. Maka, Maka, Maka.
Are we back?
Yes, well,
Yeah, man.
and we're back with some big stories for you. But first, let's get over to WhatsApp to read some of your comments and messages that you've sent in. You too can send in your messages to 0809 444
All right, starting off with Emeka from Amua, who says the final games of yesterday showed why the EPL is the best league in the world,
Farmers League.
minus the officials, though. Bad season for the Gunners, who used their own gun to shoot themselves in the foot and missed out on the top four to Spurs.
True.
However, moving from 20th to 5th was quite impressive. Secondly, Banter of the Season award should go to Manchester United that finished with a 0 goal difference, even with Sancho, Varane, and Ronaldo. And lastly, just like the Terminator, Norwich will be back, only to go back down again.
Yes, they always come to collect their monthly pay every season, every other season rather.
And Chimalbi Victor says, good. Oh, where did you go? Congrats to Manchester City for winning the EPL. They really deserved it. They successfully played a prank on Liverpool last night by purposely going 2 goals down. Also says congrats to AC Milan for winning the Serie A after a decade. They really deserved it. While for Barcelona ladies, they followed the footsteps of their men with that loss. And for my Arsenal, they really disappointed we the fans. We the fans.
You, the fans. It was Peppo that cost it. I told you. Peppo was rude to me. That's why they lost to Newcastle.
Well, it says again, my Arsenal disappoints when it matters most, and I have a whole year to be explaining to my family. Painful. Jibril is the one who sent in that message. Tosan also sends a
Do
message.
yourself a favor.
Says it was so glaring that the Dallas Mavericks could never defeat the Golden State Warriors. Congratulations to Man City, and I feel bad, Arsenal, who could have made top four. Yeah, but it didn't happen. It's all right. And I mean, we have this one in from Larry. Larry from the abroad says, my Mark's doing a lot of work on the track. So far, he has won every race he's finished this season. By the way, are we witnessing the transition of Lewis to driver number 2 before our own eyes? Well, still a fabulous recovery drive from 19th to 5th driver
Hashtag
of the
driver
day.
of the day.
Yeah.
And up on YouTube, we've got this one in. Adefemi Mafe says, breaking news, Steven Gerrard let it slip again. First as a player and now as a coach. Also says a lot of people, this will be a tough series between the GSWs and Mavericks. Some even said Dallas would shock the State Warriors, but now they are on the verge of a sweep.
Yeah. That's a sad one.
Oh, and Chimabi Victor says, good morning and congratulations to Lewis Hamilton. We're proud of him anytime, any day. Even Chopin and Tega are proud of him. No, I am, but still.
People that finish first, what will not be proud of. Please, let's read the next
I'm
news.
still proud
Well,
of him.
Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola said his side were legends after they secured their fourth Premier League title in 5 seasons.
All right, really huge one that happened yesterday. You all saw the drama. I'm sure even if you didn't see it live, you saw it later. So we open the phone lines now. Well, we open the phone lines now for everybody to call in. You witnessed the drama. You know, for Arsenal Tottenham. When Tottenham will score one, Arsenal will score one. Tottenham was like, this fourth position, we are not leaving each other. You are going to mind the gap by the end of this season. And then Leeds surviving the drop last minute to just stab the sheave in Burnley's heart to stay in the Premier League. And Burnley, after sacking Sean Dyche, they've gone down. And then the
Jeez, way
big
to
one.
turn this thing into prison playbook.
Oh yes, it is a prison playbook.
Okay.
So tell us what you feel about the Premier League so far, the way the season ended. We've not even called the numbers.
Well, 014489981. We're getting straight to the phone lines. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. What's your name and your location, please?
This is Vicky from Kingston.
All right, Biggie, go ahead and tell us what you think about the finale to the season.
This was like watching a thriller or watching I don't know how to call it, like an intense movie where everything is just happening in rush. I have to keep my eye everywhere. From Liverpool to Arsenal to Man City, especially. My prediction that last week was 3-1. My heart was just racing and pumping, but I expected Pep Guardiola to deliver.
And he delivered.
My club really formed my hand, like Arsenal. I don't know. Even though they have to score like 101 steps that yesterday, it doesn't count for anything for me.
Oh, sad one. Oh yeah, sorry.
Doing a great job in bringing the together they really did a good job. I think them adding the lead in their play make them, get this one.
Okay. All right. That's
All right,
that's
Biggie,
right.
thanks.
Biggie, thank you. All right, we're still taking your calls.
014489981. Dial those numbers, call us up.
And tell us what you think about the dramatic finish to the season. It was a huge one, unfortunately, for Arsenal. Yes, as usual, they didn't make it, but they had to do the job against Newcastle. I think for Arsenal didn't lose it when they lost to Tottenham. They lost it when they lost to
Why
Newcastle.
should we looking at
But
me?
Tottenham
We
won
scored
it.
5 yesterday. Why is no one talking about
Scored 5 what?
it? Goals now.
What did you need 5 goals or 5 points?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and your location?
My name is Paul. I'm calling from Suleru.
Paul, go ahead.
I want to give kudos to Ateta. Among the first, let me say, 6 coaches, he's the youngest among them. And what will happen if Ateta stays for the next 5 years? Meaning he will be a super coach.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I'm very, very sure. Like, I'm very, very sure. I think in less than 3 years, he has been able to give me a team that I can say, yes, I can reckon with. Yes, we did not make first 4, but that doesn't matter. But in the next 5 years, nobody will start. If with consistency, nobody will start Ateta. Thank you all.
All right. I've said it before that I want to marry an Arsenal man. I can never do any wrong. I do something wrong, he'll just be like, just give Tega time. She'll be better next year.
Loyalty.
I love
Oh,
them.
no, I'm coming back around. No.
You're coming back around.
No.
Shoko, you can't leave Arsenal.
No.
All right, we're still taking your calls.
014489981. Show from Festac says, anyone noticed that Steven Gerrard slipped again to hand Man City the title?
I don't like the way people are making it look like it's Gerard's fault. He tried. His team went 2-0 up. But Manchester City, with their persistence, they won't allow Liverpool to be great. But like I said before, quadruple is not good for football. That's all I will say.
No matter how hard you tried, just allow the people to have the one person that they're gonna make fun of.
Well, Ade comes in, he says the drama we were waiting for was Pookie beating Sports to make the Amazon documentary epic, but he fell hand. He fall hand, perhaps. Says, we love you too, Tega. Sha, don't enter us.
Okay, that's not fun. Okay, let's take the next story.
Okay, um, Kylian Mbappe says he's very happy to stay at PSG after the club's president announced on Saturday that the World Cup winner was rejecting Real Madrid to remain in France until 2025.
All right, we'll take that story now. So it's a tough one for Real Madrid. They did everything. You saw the meme or the post from Benzema where he posted that picture of Tupac and the friend that betrayed Tupac in the same thing. I was just like, oh God, this is a money matter. If they gave him good money, there's no betrayal here. He's just doing his job. But last, everybody chopped breakfast. Even Real Madrid, the whole Real Madrid did all their UEFA Champions League titles. They too chop breakfast. Like, but let me tell you what Mbappe was saying, that you will hear his decision. He was still leading Real Madrid on at the time he was shooting his promo to stay in PSG. Do you know what kind of cold heart you have to have to be able to do that? But hey, look, he knew he was going to stay in PSG. He milked that PSG. And then he was now leading Real Madrid on. That's just not fair.
That's what you call a stalking horse. And you know what? Just because you don't know that you're a stalking horse doesn't mean that they're not going to use you.
It's just really sad for Real Madrid. I think PSG has given Mbappe too much, if you ask me. But hey, he's a young player banging in goals, and I understand why they did it. Bottom line.
All right, so AC Milan's Serie A title is a personal triumph for coach Stefano Pioli, a mild-mannered father figure to the young talent who powered the charge to the Scudetto.
Yeah. Somebody once said, like I said, it was harder to win the Premiership, to win the league than to win the UCL, and it was a hard season for AC Milan, but they fought through the momentum that Napoli once had, fought through the comeback of Inter Milan, and on the last day they did the job they needed to do. I've often said it's harder to win on the last day. You have to put your faith in your hands the day before, the match before the last day, because the last day you can't be sure that anything will literally happen. And that's what happened to AC Milan. Inter Milan was waiting for them to slip up. AC Milan did the business. The Scudetto is theirs. Congratulations for the first time in 11 years.
Dang. Okay, Oluwakemi says, Miami Heat shouldn't mess up. I want a Miami Heat's Golden State Warriors NBA Finals.
Me too.
Congratulations to Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne, and Heung-min Son. And the Premier League was so interesting this season. The top four positions and winning the league, so dramatic. I give kudos to Arteta. He tried with this team. Even though he didn't make top four, he did well, especially as this is his first managerial experience. Mbappe should just stay in PSG and never win the UCL.
Kemi!
He can never win Ballon d'Or. Or if he can never win Ballon d'Or if he continues to stay in PSG. Anyway, it's his loss, not Real Madrid's loss. Congratulations to AC Milan. From Oluwakemi, you should just have left the congrats to AC Milan either before, because really you said it all with Mbappe.
Yeah.
Well, from Oluwakemi, let's go to Oluwatosin, who says Manchester United gives Brighton the use of Carrington for pre-season for saving Ronaldo from the Conference League. People giving stick to Gerrard, forgetting that Aston Villa gives a sizable commission if Gerrard wins the EPL title with them quadrupling the mod. And Nerocello says, congratulations to Man City, Milan, and Spurs. Sorry to Liverpool, Inter, and Arsenal. Mbappe, season film ended well.
Yes, and congratulations also. This season was interesting because Golden Boot, highest goal scorer in the Premier League, went to two people, Salah and Sun Ming, and then the highest number of clean sheets, Golden Gloves, went to two goalkeepers, Allison and Edison.
Ah.
Like it was. That's how competitive the league was.
Makes sense. Well, we've come to the end of the show. That's Inside the Locker Room. Thank you very much, Tega Tiger. You can catch her on Twitter, Tega Supreme, and we'll be back again on Wednesday for more stories, in the world of sports. Up next at 9 o'clock will be time for Lagos Talks. Victor Pepple.
Shopper Martins with you till 10.
You drop the mic now. You drop the mic. When you do that, you do like this. You drop it like Kobe.
What?
You said Shopper Martin still 10, then you drop the mic like this.
I just